My name is Adamcheck. This is my presentation for Management 202, discussing faulty technology used by Fiat Chrysler in the last 5 years. Today we're going to discuss some of the faulty technology they've used in their company, including their fuel lines, their ignition systems, and some other tech problems they've had. These problems have led to deaths in over 51 cases, one of which including a 4-year-old child. The problem Fiat Chrysler faces and has faced for the last 5 years is scrutiny for using faulty technology in their vehicles, mostly their older model Jeeps. One massive problem is older model Jeeps, their gas tank lies below the rear axle. Now what occurs is when a high-speed rear ending occurs, it can actually ignite the fuel tank and the car goes up in flames. So obviously it's a massive problem and they have lots of scrutiny on them for this issue. It's also been a direct link to 50 deaths reported in the country by the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration. The other massive issue that Fiat Chrysler faces is faulty ignition systems. This is very similar to the same case that GM was dealing with more than 5 years ago, where vehicles were just turning off. Fiat Chrysler has also had issues, and not only Chrysler models, but also Fiat. The brake lines and steering controls lose all power, which obviously creates a very unsafe vehicle to be driven on the roads. There's over 130,000 vehicles right now currently under inspection, and more keep pouring in. Solutions provided by Fiat Chrysler have been semi-workable. They're not solutions by any means, though. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has probed Fiat, and they're working with Fiat Chrysler to work on managing their suppliers so that way when a faulty issue occurs, such as an ignition system, they don't have to inspect every vehicle. They can know exactly which part came from which factory and go right to the supplier. Because right now they have to go to Fiat, then Fiat has to figure out which vehicles have which pieces in them. So this is in hopes by putting more scrutiny on the suppliers, they can find the faulty equipment quicker, fix the issues quicker. Fiat Chrysler presented a solution for the gas tank issue, which was taking a tow hitch, or a very large piece of metal with a chain on it, setting it on the back of the vehicles. This, in National Highway Traffic Safety Administration test, did lessen the chances of combustion of the gas tank on a high impact rear ending occurring, but it is not a fix by any means. It's just a temporary solution to make the cars by Fiat Chrysler quote unquote safer. The car maker initially refused the request to recall over 2 million vehicles to be inspected. They did, however, later comply with a 1.56 million vehicle request. These are mostly in older model Jeeps, such as a Grand Cherokee, but they do maintain that their vehicles are safe and they do maintain that they are okay to drive. The federal regulations that were set when the vehicles were sold, they met all the federal regulations. So they're stating, we're fine, we held up our end. Most of the cases that have been recorded also, Fiat Chrysler argues, were all high speed, higher than the law provides, traffic incidents, which also, again, is not tested by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The effects on Chrysler have been long-lived for the last half of a decade. Multiple people obviously have died from this incident, so there's a lot of public limelight on them, casting kind of doubt on Chrysler for having safe vehicles. The company has spent millions of dollars in legal battles, ongoing legal battles going longer than 4 or 5 years due to the deaths. Again, one of these deaths were in relation to a 4-year-old child that was killed, so a lot of negative publicity. They've spent billions of dollars in recalls and fixes, which isn't good for the company in the long run because that's wasted revenue. And again, with 50 deaths, people are kind of weary on getting these vehicles. The effects, again, of the incidents were during high-speed incidents. So Fiat Chrysler continues to argue that our vehicles are safe as long as people are driving the speed limit. It's not our fault that other people are breaking the laws. And the biggest thing to take away is that they are working diligently on fixing the problems and working with the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration to fix them. Faulty technology, though, creates a great level of distrust between the company and the consumer, which has led Fiat Chrysler to have multiple issues in gaining market shares and higher profits in the last 5 years. Thank you.